recently got to ride along in the Google Street View car in Sarajevo, which was incredible. The driver, Mirza, is an absolute character. He was wonderful to talk to, and we did not get to use nearly as much of the footage with him as I would have liked. So, as not to waste all of that wonderful footage, I present to you now the much longer version of my conversation with Bosnia's greatest Street View driver, Mirza.
So most of the streets in Basčaršija are named after the old trades.
Yeah.
For example, Kovači, Stredovac, it means the blacksmiths. Then you have, for example, Sarajevo. These are the leather workers.
Yeah.
They were producing the leather goods.
Wait,
So-
how did you all map this part of town?
Sorry?
How did you all map this part of town? Did you bring the car over here?
No, you cannot bring the car over here. This is the pedestrian only area.
Yeah.
So we probably we passed here on the street and got what we can. They also have the team of people who do things on foot.
Right. How did you become the Google Maps guy in Bosnia?
Well, I have to say I won't take any credit. I'll praise my friends from the Google Street View team in Serbia. So I'll say big thanks to Bratislav and Miloš, my friends, who introduced me to this, and things kind of worked out. They introduced me to the Street View because
Thank you, Bratislav and Miloš.
thank you,
Because now I'm
Bratislav.
having a great time in Sarajevo.
So
And it couldn't have happened without you.
I'm sure they'll be wondering why you didn't come to Serbia instead, but
It wasn't
tough luck.
offered to me.
Next time. So yeah, they introduced me to it. We know each other from previous works, and they called me like, "What are you doing now?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, not much. Are you looking for a job?" Like, yes and no, and things kind of
Only
worked
if
out.
it's like the most fun
Only
job in
if
the
it's the
world.
most
Like
fun
if it was
job
like
in the world.
driving the Street View car, maybe.
Exactly. So yeah, they introduced me to it, and I had a little interview. Well, not a little. I had like 2-3 interviews with the team, and I lucked out. I passed, and that's how things.
Amazing.
Cool.
Okay,
Should we go finally take our coffee?
let's do it.
So we're passing by the Sahat Kula, or the clock tower,
Yes.
built in 16th century, damaged so many times, renovated. The clock was replaced during the Ottoman reign and the Austrian reign. I believe the current clock inside is from the English clockmaker from the 17th century. You can try some Bosnian coffee
Okay.
if you're willing.
I absolutely want to.
Awesome. You want to sit outside?
Yeah,
or?
let's sit outside.
I strongly agree. Let's sit
Okay.
outside.
All right, so how long ago did you start driving Bosnia?
I got hired in late August,
Yeah.
and literally I started driving the next day. After I had a lot of training, and
Yeah.
after the interviews and a lot of online training and a day of practical one with another driver to show me the ropes, I was kind of confident that I can start driving the next day,
I love it.
and I did.
Is the car your car? Is it a rental?
No, car is kind of handled by the partner of Google.
How do you know where to drive?
Well, actually, my kind of morning routine starts. I'm having my morning coffee, and
Like this?
pretty much like this, except I have to admit I drink more kind of espresso. And then I will be in touch with our team, with our tech team, and which are spread pretty much. We have it in Germany, we have it in Sweden, Bulgaria. So we get in touch what needs to be covered. I generally brief them on the weather, how is the weather, are the conditions optimal for recording. They give me a lot of the parts of like a big city of this are divided into hubs.
Yeah.
So they give me the hubs, can be in Sarajevo, around the Sarajevo. It's really up to me.
So weather is really important for your
Yeah,
job. Sometimes you like can't work because the weather is cloudy or rainy all day.
Yeah, we only collect in the good weather.
Yeah.
So optimal would be 1 hour after the sunrise and 1 hour before the sunset. And
Right. Good bright sun.
sunny.
Were you a driver before this? How'd you end up driving a car all day?
I have some driving experience, but
You told us earlier that you used to crash your car all the time driving through the
no,
old
no,
town.
no, 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 no. I say as a teenager driving through the old town, I was known to
But that
scratch
was a
my
long
car.
time ago.
That was like when I was 18.
So what are you going to do now that Bosnia is mapped?
Oh, we are still mapping.
Yeah?
There is so much of Bosnia left. So we covered about 30,000 kilometers, but the surface of Bosnia is much more. It's
Yeah.
51,000. I believe soon it's getting kind of towards the end of the season, but as far as I know, we should be being able to resume as early as March.
Well, it's tough when the sun sets at 4:30 because
Yeah,
then that means you have
exactly.
to stop mapping at 3:30. You said an hour before sunset.
Pretty much.
It's not a lot of hours of
Yeah,
sun.
it's not a lot of hours.
How much of Bosnia did you do yourself?
I cannot really be able to tell. I passed a little over 10,000 kilometers, but that includes my commute to my hubs,
Yeah,
my commute back.
that makes sense.
If I would approximate, maybe I would say I did 3,000 kilometers.
Okay.
I may be totally wrong. I might did 5 or I might did 1 or 2. But that's kind of like my approximation. So you asked me how I got this job.
Yeah,
So the guys who connected me with this
yeah.
were the guys that I used to work on the cruise ships with.
Got it.
So they kind of mentioned it, and I jumped on it because this, honestly, cruise ships were a good way to explore the world and see a lot of places. But I also have a family. I have a wife and 2 kids, and this is a great way for me to stay home with the family. And honestly, me and my family, we are loving it that I'm here, at
Yeah.
home.
That's so fun because you still get to like explore your own country during the day.
Exactly. I would say I explored a lot of the world, but I didn't explore so much of my own country, except
Yeah.
of course Sarajevo and a few major cities. But I've been to the places with street view I didn't know exist. I was like, I never been here. I should bring my wife here. I should bring my family here. I've been to a lot of cool places. I've seen a lot of great views, and
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think I would ever experience it without doing this job.
Do you want to tell us on camera what this is?
This is baklava, the Bosnian version with the walnut. So the Turkish would be, this is probably the Ottomans brought it here, but we kind of adopted it. So the most popular version is the walnut one.
Amazing.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
I have to say, this one is pretty good, but my late aunt and my late grandma, they used to make the best ones.
Is there any instruction as a driver besides just like drive safely? Are there any like unique driving things you have to consider?
First, your first priority is your safety.
Yeah.
So it's up to me really. If I have the area, it's up to me. I'm like, I don't need to even explain it. I will just mark it because if I don't feel it's not safe to pass there, so safety is first. Then of course it's the privacy. We are strictly instructed what we can collect or what we cannot collect. So if I'm approaching something that I know should not be collected, I will just mark it as no street view access and turn and leave.
From what I've seen today, people love the street view car. Do you ever have to worry about pedestrians trying to like jump in front of the car to be on the camera?
Yes, sometimes, because especially people, they try to wave me down to stop me, to ask me when they're going to be featured on the street view, or they will even ask me how they can advertise their business with street view. So I get pulled over a lot, but you have to be friendly with the locals. Sometimes, honestly, I would pull over and drive real slow, and I would ask locals something like, should I go that way? What do you think? Are the streets good? Is it paved or unpaved? So, it works both ways. I'm friendly with the locals, and they're always friendly and they react positively to it, especially little kids.
Are you excited for Bosnia to be on Street View? Like, is it fun that your own country is there now?
I'm very excited, and I'm thinking also the benefit the street view will bring to the small businesses. That's kind of, and I think it will have Sarajevo is already touristy.
Yeah.
I would say Sarajevo, Mostar, a few other places, but the others are not, and it's a great way for people to discover them. Now they can pinpoint and see what is out there before venturing.
We actually did this while we were there. I was looking for hikes to go on, and I was looking up the towns that they all finished in, and I found this photo of these women sitting out in front of their homes selling their handmade knitwear, and I obviously knew that was where I had to go. We had the greatest time on that hike, and I did buy a lot of knitted socks from them.
I feel like this is meant to be eaten while you're smoking a cigarette.
Sure. You have to ask twice. You were spot on how you're supposed to enjoy the Bosnian coffee. Close of the Travnik, it's one of the most famous coffee houses in Bosnia.
Yeah.
They will bring you a coffee set like this, and with the one exception, they will give you one cigarette, the domestic brand Drina, and a match to go along with it. So I don't have matches or a local brand, but
It's like a beer shot combo.
yeah, something like that.
The Bosnian coffee cigarette combo. Thank you so much.
Now it's an authentic Bosnian coffee experience.
I freaking love Bosnia.
I love Bosnia too. I'm already like, he can edit this out, but I already subscribed to your channel before I knew I will be interviewed by you. The first video I've seen was you working the New York hot dog stand.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Cool.
What do you think is more authentic, New York hot dogs or Bosnian coffee and cigarettes?
I think
Which is more iconic to their city?
I think they're both authentic to the city where they're from, because one of the first things I did in New York when I was visiting is I went to the hot dog stand and I got the hot dog. I think I got 2. Yeah.
That rocks. What a fun day.
I wouldn't have guessed in my wildest dreams that I would be doing an interview with you for the cold. I mean, for the morning brew. I was like, I watched a lot of the things on the channel, and I was like, cool. But I never thought it's gonna happen here, or especially to me. So
No one ever expects me to show up at their job, but I will show up at your job. I'm coming for all of you.
cool.
No one ever expects it.
All right, first video on this channel. There's going to be more to come, some similar behind the scenes stuff, but a lot of stuff that's made just for this channel. So subscribe and let me know what you want to see more of.